Hey, you're watching Pilot Season. I'm your host and showrunner, Ryan Burkett. Pilot Season airs monthly on the Trident Network, a three-pronged, get it, comedy entertainment network featuring streaming shows just like this, web series and videos you can watch places like YouTube, and podcasts of every single genre. Now, each episode of Pilot Season, a team of improvisers and a team of comedy writers collaborate on an original sitcom pilot live. No one else does this on the entire planet that we know of. And it would not be possible. We could not do this show without our friend, our stage manager, our tech support, our guilty conscience, M. Smith. M, how are you?
I'm doing really well. It's raining, but it's summer, and we're here. It's the season finale.
I can't think of a better place to be. I wouldn't be anywhere else. Next Thursday, not interested. But right now, I'm living in the present moment, and I'm trying to learn to do that more. M, besides helping us out here, you're also a creator at the Trident Network. What's coming up for you?
Yes, I have a show with my good friend Kayla called Witching Hour. We talk about astrology and tarot, and then usually just an excuse to talk to. Kayla moved to LA, so it's an excuse for us to talk to each other. And it's very fun, and you can smoke weed during it, and it is the third Monday of every month, and we like to talk about the moon, and you can too.
That's so nice. I do want to say that people cannot smoke weed during this show.
No, I should specify. This is very segmented. The one Trident show you can smoke weed during actually is Witching Hour.
Not even once. Em, we're getting ready to start our show. This is our season 2 series finale. And listen, anything could happen. There might be a cliffhanger. There might be shocking twists. And to get started on this, we need to get a suggestion from our audience. We've been doing a genre that we like a lot in the sitcom world. We call it This Meets That. And that's the idea of like you're pitching to a network and use 2 other shows as examples for how your show is going to feel. In the past, we got Seinfeld meets MASH. It was the beautifully titled Petty Officers. We had The Golden Girls meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They also beautifully titled Long in the Tooth. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen, what we're going to get. Would you mind taking care of that for us?
Yes, of course.
All right. And while you're getting that suggestion from our chat, we're going to meet our cast this episode. Now, listen, everybody knows I love writers. They're my favorite kind of people. But at Pilot Season, we meet the actors first. Joining us this episode, here we are. Joining us this episode, we've got a really special cast of actors. Now, if you're in the Chicago area, if you are someone on planet Earth who loves improv, you've definitely heard of this team. They're called My Son Daniel. They're the best in the biz. I'm kind of obsessed with them. As a team, as individuals. I saw one of them buying pants at Gap yesterday, and this could be an Easter egg. This can be an Easter egg in the chat. People can guess which one it was. First up, from My Son Daniel, playing with us a returning guest. We have Jake Dierksheide. Jake, welcome back.
Hi, thanks for having me and us. I'm very excited to be here.
Jake, if you could have any sitcom character be like your sidekick or vice versa, if you could be any existing sitcom characters like Little Buddy, who would you pick?
I'm gonna assign myself to the role of Little Buddy. I don't feel like I weren't demeaning someone that way. That's a great question. Let me think. My immediate mind always, when I'm asked about sitcoms, goes to Scrubs, because I feel like Scrubs was the show that really like got me hooked on sitcoms and sort of was my bridge into adult TV. So I'll go with that, and I'll say that there's no one I'd rather goof around with than old Turk on Scrubs. That's my
Scrubs is a great example of like friendships on a sitcom. Those.
Yeah, he just seems like a good guy to hang around with. Always got your back. Always a good time.
Yeah.
Goofing off.
Also joining us again, returning for, I've lost count how many times. We have Devin Henderson. Devin, welcome back to pilot season.
Thank you so much for having us once again. I mean, I think this is my fourth time, but that could be wrong.
Well, if this is only your third time, then the fourth is coming. Welcome back anytime. Devin, because you've been on so much, we've talked about sitcoms with you a lot. So I just want to narrow down. I want you to just think and go with your first impulse. What's your favorite all-time sitcom episode?
Oh, we've done it before. We'll do it again. I'm humiliated by this answer. Actually, I have an update. There's an episode of Cheers where Diane sees a man who essentially she tries to date in an earlier episode in a season past, and then they have kind of a chemistry and they do Shakespeare, and then you find out halfway through the episode that he did kill someone before, and she tries to kill her in the middle of a Shakespeare play at a bar. And it's the most ludicrous thing I think I've ever seen on network television, and it's phenomenal. I can't get enough of it. Sometimes I'll just watch that scene over and over again, being like, they let this air? This is so brilliant, funny, but also so wild.
Some of the best sitcom episodes are like, I have an idea for a 3-hour movie. It's like, cool, make it 22 minutes.
For real.
Let's do it. We'll add some commercials and we'll just do it.
For real, for real.
Joining us for the first time, this is such a thrill. Rounding out our acting cast, we have Adriana Trajkovski. Age, welcome to pilot season.
Thank you so much for having me. It's about damn time.
Age, because it's your first time with us, we do need to know, what is your favorite sitcom? It could be a favorite, something from your childhood, something you've binged recently.
This one has been coming. This has been my answer for the past year, and I think it still is true. That's So Raven.
Yeah, I love anything that has sort of a sci-fi element, anything with like supernatural.
It was a formative show for me. I feel like for a good part of my youth, I like modeled my comedy style and like learned how to be funny from Raven. And I love that show. It was such a good show.
Raven, not only, those like young actors learn to hit their mark.
All of them were so good.
Why their timing gets so good, because they're not worrying about, they've learned all the technical things. And Raven would just do a take straight down the barrel, just right in the camera.
Yeah.
She
she was so
invented
good.
the like mockumentary style.
Yes, for real. I
John
love it.
Krasinski owes the world to Raven.
Agreed.
Follow-up question: if you could live in any sitcom town, which would you pick?
Oh, a sitcom town? I mean, just oh no. I guess if we're basing it on like the people around,
yeah,
probably Pawnee.
Okay, I think that might be our number one answer on this show.
Yeah, just because the people, we like the people. Do I want to live like in Pawnee? No, but I like the people.
What's the rival town in Parks and Rec?
Eagleton.
Eagleton. You could live in Eagleton and visit Pawnee.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love to live in Eagleton and visit Pawnee. That sounds perfect. We'll start a new show in Eagleton.
Yeah, they should have just like halfway through the run just
switch towns. Yeah.
Let's meet our writing team. Joining us again, I think for maybe the third time, we have LeeLun. Laura, welcome back.
Hello.
Laura, I know you're a screenwriter, so I need you to like get in that mode for just a second. If you could adapt any sitcom, any movie into a sitcom, which would you pick?
Jurassic Park.
That's incredible.
Talking funny dinosaurs. Come on.
We need to make that happen. That's also, you had that so fast. You're like, obviously. I do like the idea of once in a while somebody still gets ripped in half. Like there
Oh,
is
of course.
still just
Yeah.
like
It's not
talking
comedy.
once in a while. Yeah. That's beautiful. We're gonna find a way to channel that into tonight. Also joining us for I've lost track. I don't know, 10 times. We have our center square basically tonight. We have Andy Meholick. Andy,
Wow.
welcome back to Pilot Season.
Thank you so much. I want to be the most visited reader.
Andy, because we've also talked with you so much about sitcoms, I still remember the last time you were here, you said that you would bring back Roseanne for one more.
Just
I have chills thinking about it. This is proof that there is no cancel culture because we brought you right back. Andy, the Emmy nominations are in a couple weeks. The internet is obsessed with it. If there was any show or performance this year that you could give an Emmy to, something off the radar, something that's your favorite, you get to present it. What are you picking?
Oh my gosh. For this year, like I'm up with current shows.
Or you can give one to an unsung something from the past.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Has to be current. You know what no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give it to, in the category for sitcom, the Real Housewives of Phone a Friend Devin.
Beverly Hills,
No, Heather Gay.
Salt
Lake City.
Salt Lake.
Salt
Yeah.
Lake City. There is a scene, I will not spoil, but there's a scene in the finale of that series that is so taken so seriously on the beach with the wind and the dresses. If that is not an Emmy-nominated comedic scene, nothing else is.
It's like the final button to Big Little Lies.
Oh,
We're just gonna keep
good.
raising these kids and keeping our secret. Yeah. We've got a great group tonight. This is everything so far is really exciting me. And finally, joining us on the writing team, I'm so excited. Joining us for the first time, we have Erin Washington. Erin, welcome to Pilot Season.
Thank you for having me. This is so exciting. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
We also need to know your favorite sitcom.
My favorite sitcom, I feel like this is my like comfort show that I just always have playing in my home is Sex and the City. I've seen every episode like 100 times. Like as soon as it ends, I start again at season 1. And I love to hate watch and just like that. Just huge fan of the series.
You're really speaking my language here. For both shows, I could go on, and I know that I do a lot of talking here, and so I'll hold back a little bit, but that's great information, and if I remember you, I will really bend your ear about just burger and
Please.
Wait,
Skipper.
me too. I just finished it. I just finished Sex in the City.
Okay, then yeah, we'll
talk about it.
Yeah, we'll have to talk.
I have thought.
Carrie-
But I haven't watched And Just Like That. I haven't watched that at all.
We'll definitely watch that.
Okay.
There's
Please.
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Erin, follow-up question. I like that you sort of provided your own follow-up question. We just kept talking. You could do any sitcom job. You could have any sitcom job that characters do, like in workplace comedies. And keep in mind, you do have to do the job.
Like a job that's in the sitcom that people always have.
Yeah.
I think I would want to be a lawyer because sitcom lawyers seem to have so much time on their hands somehow. They're always like showing up doing pro bono work for their friends, and on Living Single they show up and have breakfast at each other's houses in the morning. Like, I'll be a lawyer. Yeah.
And Miranda in Sex in the City is just like
Yes.
always around town.
Yeah, she's so flustered, but yet
Yeah.
she's never missed a brunch.
Never that busy.
Yeah, never too busy for a bagel and eggs
Yeah.
in the middle of the day.
That's amazing. Em, have we gotten a suggestion from our chat?
Yes, we have some bangers. We have, I'd say the top ones, Mission Impossible and The Golden Girls, which I did check, and Mission Impossible was also a TV series. I was unaware of this. We have Sex and the City and Emily in Paris. We have Seinfeld and Barry. We have The Secret World of Alex Mack and The West Wing. These are the cream of the crop.
Is West Wing a sitcom?
You know, I'm going to leave it up to Ryan to say.
Yeah.
I think for
loved
our
it.
purposes, if we're starting with a sitcom and then it meets something that's a genre or a different, type of show, then it still counts because we're anchored by the sitcom like conceit. And also because those were so crazy. Are there any of these that are speaking to you immediately? Let's sort of brainstorm these together.
I
To
feel like
us?
it.
Yes, us. I
Um,
really like Alex Mack because I grew up with it, but I don't know that that makes a great fodder for, I mean, puddle-based sitcoms, but
Yeah, I already said how much I love Sex and the City. And of course, Emily in Paris is also right up my alley. I love both of those.
I
Emily
also,
was definitely influenced by Sex and the City.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it. Is it just about an American living in Paris and she just wears fabulous clothes?
I think it's a little like Devil Wears Prada. I think she works for like a fashion house.
Okay.
But much like Miranda, she always has time for like croissants.
As a My Son Daniel fan, I don't know if I've ever seen the three of them try to work in the West Wing, and that is very intriguing to me.
we'll just talk really fast.
Ooh, a challenge. And
I
do
wonder
you
what
can
meeting
utilize
It'd be
your
great for
walking
ages
shots.
walk and talk with their camera.
Yeah, walk and talk
Yeah.
with a computer.
So if we do, that was the one with Alex Mack, right?
It was, yeah.
Okay, so we have a magical element, we'll say Alex Mack. You guys can decide what that character is, what that power is, because we're not playing those characters or those settings. We're doing a new thing inspired by those plots and genres and types involved. So we have a magical element and maybe somebody sort of like youthful character. And then we have a very important like government setting. Do we agree with that?
Yeah.
All right. So we have Secret World of Alex Mack meets The West Wing. We're going to break this down a little more. Would you reach back out to our chat and get some titles for this
Absolutely.
soon to be classic show?
And can I add, just for our audience members who may not have been a child between the years of 1996 and 1997, The Strange World of Alex Mack was a show about a teenage girl who turned into a mercury puddle. And that's basically it.
And she could hear, she could like hear what people were saying. She would like slide under doors and hear what people were saying.
A lot of eavesdropping based.
I mean, that's really all you can do.
A lot of under doors and a lot of down the drain.
Yeah.
And also,
And there was
once
like
in a while-
one,
Go ahead,
there's
Andy.
like one Karen type was the enemy, right? Like she had the Karen haircut and the like she's a government official of her own, I think.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I genuinely don't remember that. All I remember is just seeing her turn into a puddle.
All right, let's we're gonna check in with our actors. We'll start with Jake. Any characters that you're inspired to create based on this conversation and these two shows?
Well, I feel like the most interesting dynamic in any political show is between the president and their chief of staff, right? Those two have to be like locked into each other and ready to take on the world together. So I'm very interested to see what that looks like in this crazed magical realism world.
Okay. Age, same question. Any characters coming to mind yet?
I would like to see a president that turns into a pile of leaves.
Okay. Love that. That's my next tattoo.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Devin, same question. Any characters that you're inspired by with this conversation?
You know who I'm really inspired by? I'm really inspired by in any sitcom where somebody has a secret, like a secret power, a secret something. The person who's always knows something's going on, but they're always two steps behind the main character. They're always like turning around the corner when there's just the puddle, or turning around the store, there's just the pile of leaves in the wind. You know,
Yeah.
that's the person I'm interested in. That's who I'm interested in.
I love that. Let's turn to our writers. We'll start with Laura. Laura, any situations that you're interested in this world, in this setting?
Okay, well, since one of the comps is the West Wing, let's go really high stakes. So let's go, nuclear disarmament or World War III. And we have a president who becomes a pile of leaves when he's under stress. Immediate conflict.
That's one of the features of Alex Mack, is that sometimes she's just like, whoop. Whoop. Erin, same question. And actually, Laura, give us a location that we might see in one of these situations.
What's the situation room? War room?
Perfect. Yeah. Erin, same question. Any situations or plot lines that you see happening in this episode?
I'm seeing some kind of having to be in two places at once, like on accident. Oh, I've got a meeting with Vladimir Putin at the same time as my anniversary dinner, and I've got to make sure both of them are happy.
I love that. I'm not trading jackets between piles of leaves. Erin, what time period does our show take place in? Is it in the present day? Is it at sometime in the past or future?
Ooh. I'm seeing this taking place in the 90s. So there's cell phones, but there's not texting.
I love that.
Yeah, our car phones, but no texting.
Yeah. Anything pre-smartphone in a sitcom, you can get into way more shenanigans, way more content. Andy, same question. Any scenarios or situations you want to get this comedy into?
I really, based on everything I'm hearing, the thing that I also love is the president can't get caught, right? What is the national reaction if you found out that at this point, but if our president just was a pile of leaves incarnate, so the public can't get out.
Yeah, that would be devastating.
Be great.
Andy, follow-up question. Assuming you're the network executive that greenlights this show, give us the lay of the land. What kind of network are we on? Are we a show with a studio audience? What age group are we pitched at, etc.?
I want to be the show that gets put on CBS, but takes CBS to the level of NBC. We break that mold, but we got to work for it, guys.
Yeah, it's like ER for CBS. It's like the West Wing for CBS.
Yes.
Prestige. I like that in sitcom form. Do we have a title for this show?
Yes, we have some options, and most of them, I will tell you now, are goo related. We have, let's see. So things like Red, White, and Goo, Vladimir Putin, the Goo Files, State of the Goonion. We've got we've got other things too. Goo d'etat, like coup d'etat. We've got a blorp on the ballot, and we've also got Melt in Black, like Men in Black.
What was the last one?
Melt in Black.
Melt in Black.
Melt.
Okay.
Will you repeat the goo ones again?
Yeah, with pleasure.
Really moved me.
Yeah, with pleasure. In no particular order, we have Goo d'etat, we have the Goo Files, Vladimir Gutin, Gooverment, Red, White, and Goo, and State of the Goonion.
Those last two are my favorites. Red, White, and Goo and State of the
I
Goonion.
love Red, White, and
I
Goo.
just kind of like red, white, and good too.
Red, White, and Goo.
Okay, so how about our show, like at large, is titled Red, White, and Goo, and then the title of EP is State of the Goonion.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Every episode it has a goo pun in it. It takes goo to make a thing go right.
Takes goo to tango.
All right, so we have our title. We know we've got a lot of work to do. I'm really excited. So our first up, we've got our cold open. This is our shortest scene. It happens right before our opening credits. We're just going to meet a few characters, hit a punchline, and then M's going to call us to the opening credits. Actors, are you ready? All right, writers, we know what we need to do. Em, are you ready for the cold open of Red, White, and Goo?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Madam President, are you in here?
Yes.
What are you doing down there? Pick yourself up.
I'm going through depression.
Come on. You've got that speech to give in 5 minutes. We got to get you ready.
I can't do
I have
it.
Andrew here with your stylist. I have Andrew here ready to fit you up.
Hi, madam. Hello. I see you're looking rather wet today.
Oh, 5 minutes isn't enough time. I need 5 hours, 5 days.
You don't have it. We've got 39 senators waiting to hear you speak about what you're going to
39?
do. Uh-huh. Everyone else went home for the holidays already.
Don't worry, Madam President.
I don't get out of bed for under 50.
Don't worry, Madam President. I have a plan. I have a plan to get you back to your old self. Here I have a cooler full of dry ice. And I'm just going to sprinkle you with it.
With dry ice?
Yes, I think that'll help solidify, don't you?
Do you even have my blue eyeshadow?
Of course I have your blue eyeshadow. Turpentine is the shade, MAC is the brand.
I don't have time for this. I'm getting my anal glands expressed.
Oh, Andrew, did you bring the rake?
Of course I brought the rake. I have the rake, I have the hoe, I have the John Deere outside if needed. Madam President, any form you take, we are equipped to help.
There's no getting around this, ma'am. You have to do it.
Is it windy?
We've
You
covered
promised it would
all
be
the windows.
windy.
We've covered all the windows. We've actually tarped the White House. If you're standing on Pennsylvania Avenue, it's just one giant blue tarp.
I have our 4 biggest senators standing in a wall to block any sort of wind that you could get. You're not going to blow away this time.
The public suspects nothing, Madam President. We're keeping this ruse up like you wouldn't believe.
We're putting the whole thing on a 10-second delay, so if you start to crumble, we'll just shut the feeds.
It's not that. I'm worried about my smell.
Madam, people can't smell you through the television. It's a wonderful, And also, can we get the first dog out of here, madam?
I'm really trying. I'm really trying.
I'm starting to believe that you turn into a pile of leaves because the first dog loves it so much.
Did you lock up my nemesis, the leaf blower?
We haven't been able to find him since. He's still out there somewhere. We have the FBI on it, but it's completely in the dark.
I cannot go out there if you haven't found him.
A panic room alarm sounds.
Quickly,
I'll
first
get the
call,
rake.
Panic room.
Let me check the computer.
Madam
my
President,
God.
I apologize for violating you.
Madam President, Vermont is gone.
What is?
And that's our cold open. Love the credits.
I'm so sorry.
This is the most action I've ever seen on this show. Positively thrilling. All right, so we have really like dug in. I have so much to talk about. We're going to start with the actors. I'm assuming that these are all characters that we're going to continue to see throughout the episode. We'll start with Jake. Jake, with your character, give us something about your character's backstory or history, a secret about your character that maybe won't come up in the episode, but that you'd like us to know, that you'd like the writers to use or the other actors to know.
President?
No, Jake.
Oh, Jake. Oh.
I like to think that my character has been sort of like with this campaign for many years and has always had sort of like political ambitions of his own, but was never quite charismatic enough to pull it off. And so he's sort of reaching onto Age as president in order to get ahead in sort of the game of global politics.
I love that. Age, same question. Anything you'd like us to know that the writers can use or something for the actors about the president's backstory or history or motivation?
She's lied about her age. And she's not old enough to be president.
Wow.
She's 22 years old. How
I
old do
mean,
you have to be president?
35.
That's what I thought.
turning
I'm
into
not even close.
turning into leaves does feel like sort of an ancient art. So it, I feel like that's an alibi almost. Devin, same question. Any backstory you'd like to share with us about your character?
Backstory, I'm not so sure yet, but I do feel in my heart of hearts that I don't know if we gave him a name, but I do feel that he's only loyal to whoever he's standing directly in front of at any given time. His loyalties aren't deep and they don't run vast. It's just who he would give up secrets if he needs, like just by when someone asks, he wants to impress them, so he just says the secret. And then when he's back in front of the person who like Madam President's like, I'm so sorry, Madam President, I didn't mean it. You're actually my favorite person. I just feel like he's so desperate for kind of like attention and approval of the people that he's in front of that his loyalty means nothing.
Same. Let's check in with our writers. Erin, we're about to do Act 1 of this episode. Where is it located? Where does Act 1 start? Like our physical location?
Act 1 can start in the back of a limo on the way to a big speech situation. I forget what those are called, but like a State of the Union situation.
I love that. I don't know in 2 seasons of this show if we've been in a car yet. That's really fun. And I'm picturing just like where the background is just sort of in the windows.
Yeah.
Laura, how much time passes between our cold open and Act 1?
I'll say maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's like immediately after the credits, we're like in the act. Andy, give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 1 of Red, White, and Goo.
What does it taste like?
Will you repeat that for us?
What does it taste like?
What does it taste like? Actors, put that somewhere safe, somewhere you can easily access it. All right, we're getting ready to do Act 1 of Red, White, and Goo. It's 5 minutes later. We're in the back of a limo. Actors, prepare yourselves. Places. Writers, we know what we need to do. Em, are you ready for Act 1 of Red, White, and Goo?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Madam President, you're on mute. Madam President, we can't hear a thing you're saying. You're transforming. You need to calm down. Keep yourself together. You're already starting to flake.
I can't do the family thing.
Listen, The whole speech is out the window now. We need you to get up there and speak from the heart. Tell the American people that it's going to be okay.
But I don't know that it will be.
The
You need to
partition opens. Madam President, can I give a little bit of advice?
Yeah.
Is it overstepping my bounds to give a little bit of advice to you, Madam President?
No, you're fine. What's your name?
My name is Andre.
Yeah, go ahead, Andre. Before you start, can you please turn down the air conditioning?
Please, it's freezing back here, Andre.
Is it? It's
It
so
is.
hot out, but it's so hot outside. I thought you'd want to like chill up before you go back outside and give out that speech. I guess. Whoop! Egg on my face. I'm so sorry, Madam President. And by the way, thank you so much
And
for
please,
hooking me up.
Andre, could you roll up your window in the front? The wind is starting to get back here, and we really need to shield the president from it.
It is dangerously windy for me right now.
It is. I saw that. I did see that on my app that it is dangerously windy outside. But you know what? I love the autumn air. I love the smell. I love fresh leaves. I love maple sap.
Andre, do you plan on saying anything useful?
You know what, Madam President? Not today. I'll let you go back to it.
Where do you find these people?
He's actually my cousin. Andre's actually my cousin by marriage. So
Through marriage is correct. Through marriage is correct. See,
Andre, you could hear that?
I can hear everything. The partition has holes in it. Also, I own this limo. We all chipped in.
Oh, we all chipped in. You don't own the limo. You own 39% of the limo.
Yeah, but the engine. That's the part I own.
Have you run a background check on Andre?
Hmm?
Have you run a background check on your cousin Andre?
No need,
need
Madam
to
President. I was
bring it
born
up.
without a social security number. Thank you.
Yeah, he's kind of a ghost. We couldn't find anything.
But I wanted to say, I want to give you a little bit of advice. I know you're nervous about your big speech today, and I know that you're nervous that it's going to go. But if there's anything I've learned in my 49 years of driving limo, it's that tomorrow's another day.
Mm-hmm. Vermont may be gone, but we still have West Virginia.
Thank you. That actually was very helpful to hear, Andre. I
Alright.
actually do appreciate that. Thank you.
If you need any mints or waters, I have them up here. I can toss them back.
Thank you. I will. I'll have some. I'll have a mint.
All right. Perfect.
Ah! Ow!
Oh my God, your face chipped off.
Ow!
It did what now?
I'm picking up the leaves. Let me put them back on you.
Oh, I can't go out there looking like this.
Hold still.
President, you're flying out the window. President, we're losing.
Oh
President.
my God. But Andre, put that window up.
Madam President, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to Tokyo drift this whole situation.
Andre, who are those cars surrounding us?
Don't worry about it. That's for me to worry about, Madam President. All you need to worry about is the speech. The sunroof opens. I'm grabbing leaves through the sunroof.
Okay.
Cut to a reporter giving an update as the president arrives.
We are here in front of we're here in front of the New Hampshire City Hall. The president is currently en route to give a speech as to the regards of the current state of the union. Obviously, the top thing on everybody's mind is how Vermont was just completely evaporated from the face of the country mere hours ago. And with the big election coming up, it'll be interesting to see how she manages to handle it. And it is a blustery day. My hat it blew clean off. We're gonna see how she deals with the conditions. And back to Jonathan with sports.
Yeah, so the Chiefs this season, everyone.
Boo, boo, boo.
Hey, none of that.
And now
Oh my
we're
God, the president has taken the stage. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, I
Good-
brought us back. We can go back in though.
Good evening, everyone.
All right. I think I think that was our commercial break.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. Sorry.
Apologize. I was riveted by this windstorm and the president in the limo. Everybody, we've done Act One. We've really tapped into something. This scene in the limo, this rented limo. Let's check in with our actors. Age, you're playing the president. Are there any other characters in Act 2 or 3 that you're interested in creating, or any new like pairings? Anybody that you'd like the president to meet?
I would like the president. I want to see these two in cahoots a little more, but as far as new characters, I want to my wife.
Oh yeah, we need
We need the first lady.
house. Yeah. Devin, same question. Any characters that you're inspired to create for our next act? Any wigs we might see?
Yeah, you know, I'm afraid to give a character inspired because it's just going to be an excuse to put on a specific wig. I love the idea of meeting the first lady. I love the idea of meeting the leaf blower. What's their back? What are they doing? So those are who I'm most excited to introduce. And
Yeah,
additionally, that riveting sports reporter.
Yeah, we have to cut that being a conceit of the show, that sometimes we just check in with the news. We just get reports. Let's check in with our writers, or actually Jake, sorry. Same question. Any new characters that you've got for us?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Devin's thought that it feels like there's sort of this shadowy force in this world of the leaf blower, and maybe even the wind is a character of its own, or some source of this wind that is trying to take down the president, maybe underhandedly. So I think we need to explore that.
Yeah, if anybody wants to play the wind, absolutely. I loved your hat blowing away. It was a beautiful effect.
That was all 100% real.
Let's check in with our writers. Andy, what's next in Act 2? What plot lines would you like to see? What twists would you like us to implement?
Yeah, you know, I have this vision. If we remember Halloween Town, where or maybe no, it's the first one, where the mayor or the villain like comes up on top of City Hall in his mask and he's like "Mwahaha" during the big speech. I have a feeling like Leaf Blower's about to like break into this press conference and announce a big problem. Yeah.
Don't let me lead you with this, but are leaf blowers' arms leaf blowers?
Wacky waving inflatable arm filling tube man style.
Yeah. Just something to ponder. Laura, same question. Any plot lines that you'd like us to get started or seeds to plant for this next act?
Similar to Andy, I see, this speech being interrupted by many forces, including the leaf blower. Maybe the president's fake children will show up. Yeah, maybe international forces will infiltrate the speech.
I love that.
The kidnappings. I'm just
Yeah.
pitching there.
Oh, great. Erin, same initial question. Any plot lines that you'd like to introduce, or any threads you'd like to get started?
I am seeing the leaf blower as well as like a villainy, like ominous character that maybe has been wearing like a mask or something. And so I want to know who the leaf blower is and if it's someone we would have never expected.
Yeah, we've got a mole. We've got someone on the inside. Erin, follow-up question. Give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 2.
Who do we gotta blow around here to get a law passed?
Who do we gotta blow around here to get a law passed? And Andy, real quick, did you hear your line of dialogue in Act 1?
Second time it's happened to me on this show. Absolutely not. The disrespect for the writers is why we strike.
Andy, do you remember what that line was?
What does it taste like?
Okay.
There was a mint featured, might I add.
I know what that tastes like.
All right, so we have 2 lines of dialogue. I'm not suggesting they're connected. Visual lines of dialogue. Actors. There's no points in this, but bonus points if we hear them. We have a tall order. We've got a lot of plot and characterization to build those 2 lines, special effects, crazy things happening. Writers, we know what we need to do. Em, are you ready for Act 2 of Red, White, and Goo?
All right. It's sad to report that today, during a national press conference, Madam President of the United States turned into a pile of leaves in front of our very eyes. We as a nation are confused, but not as confused as what we saw roughly 3.5 minutes afterwards. A man made of mostly leaf blowers, tuba parts, ceiling fans, and other breeze-inspiring devices stormed the stage to blow Madam President Janet Whitmore into every direction they could find.
We're just gonna kick it back to the sports desk real fast. Again, the Chiefs are still kicking ass. Back to you, reporter for the White House.
No, actually, bring the sports reporter back in. Split screen us, please.
Huh?
Daniel, what are you doing?
What do
This
you
is
mean?
a national tragedy.
Is
This is a historical moment. You keep bringing up the Chiefs. This is why I told everybody at this station we should not hire apolitical reporters.
Hey, Archie, can I talk to you for a sec?
Me?
Yeah,
You want to talk to me?
yeah. Can I talk to you for a sec?
What do
You
you
wanna
want me to
sidebar
do in
me?
the meantime? Rub
Oh,
one out?
you just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great up there.
God, who would have to blow around here to get a law passed?
What?
I
Why
don't
you
know
right
who
at
you
my
think
job?
you are. I don't know who you think you are talking to him like that, but that is the network executive's son. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh. And that's supposed to change, so he's held to a different set of rules
You know what? Yeah, he is. He is.
made of the sperm of our boss.
Because of yeah, because that sperm is the reason that you and I have a job right now.
Oh, really? Well, I think the
Yeah.
reason that you and I have a job right now is because of our advertisers. And might I
Exactly.
remind you,
You
we're
told
still
the truth
live.
about the president. We have orders from the top that we are supposed to cover this whole thing up, huh? The people weren't supposed to see that. The people aren't ready for it.
No.
I get that you have your journalistic ethics, but you are way out of line here.
Be honest with me, though. Did I look good in my leaf blower costume? Come on.
Listen, you know we shouldn't be talking like this with all these microphones and cameras around. If even one of them turns hot, you and I are
They're
screwed.
cold, baby. They're cold. Tell me how I looked in that costume.
You looked damn good, okay?
We interrupt this broadcast to
Oh my
tell
god,
you
it's
that we
anonymous.
are the ones that facilitated your president's demise.
What the hell?
What? No, they're taking credit.
That was me.
We, the White Napkins, find us on Twitter.
I can sort of see there's like a light shining through the napkin.
It's the damn sports reporter once again trying to steal my spotlight.
Oh, God
Look
damn
at-
it.
Look, I know. Okay. Let's cut to the chase. You're the boss's son, right? You're involved in every single part of this organization that you want to be involved in.
Not
And
every
we-
single one, but sure.
And we have a pile of your president back in the cooler,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
I'm also very enthusiastic about the Chiefs. I love a story about sports brothers. But now it's not that we're about to bring in what do you call it? A new something big.
Ooh, what does that taste like?
Well, you and the rest of this country are going to get a taste for it real soon, whether you want it or not.
Yeah, why don't you both take a breather and remember whose daddy signs your checks?
Smash cut to the Oval Office. I have 7 leaves.
I
have 2.
I have 3 more, but I can't find any of the rest of them. They're all gone. They disappeared faster than I could collect them.
How many leaves was she?
4 million.
Last time we got to count, it was 4 million.
Oh. Did anybody pick up her Chanel suit?
From the dry cleaner?
The only thing that didn't turn into leaves, did anybody pick it up off the ground?
No, I didn't. I didn't get it.
Okay, what if we
God,
got some regular leaves from the outside?
Nude.
What?
What?
Not only does she disappear, she's gonna be nude when we find her.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is awful. Let's just get some regular leaves and say it's the president.
Oh, her wife must be devastated.
I'm sure she is, but honestly, if we put a pile of leaves together and I throw a little bit of my dry ice on it, it will solidify into something, and that can be the president.
Where is my wife?
Oh,
First lady.
First lady.
Where is my wife?
It's been a while. You look lovely.
Yes.
You guys have, I saw the limo pull in about 15 minutes ago, and my wife hasn't come by to give me my kiss yet.
Madam President is in the wind.
Yes. Yes, she had to leave for a second.
You're here.
I mean leave for a second. She's being pulled in many different directions right now.
Yeah,
First lady.
not to pile on, but there's a bit of a situation. I mean, she's just been so scattered lately, and
yes, and that press conference was hard. They were raking her across the coals, First Lady.
raking her.
Raking her.
I mean, she was just drying up out there.
Yeah, she's always changing. She's
I can kiss you.
what?
Look, I know her role demands that she be evergreen in her emotions, but now is not the time for her to be off doing her own thing. The country is in turmoil. I need my wife here.
Okay, if you go up and shower after your run and meet her in the dining room, we will ensure that she's there for a proper work hall briefing and Salisbury steak dinner tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna go take my shower.
Okay.
But when I return in 70 minutes, my wife better be here waiting for me.
Would you like a peck before you go?
No, thank you.
Sit down. First Lady exits. Oh, I'm gonna go start smoking crack now.
This
There's
is so
nothing left
bad.
to
This
do.
is so bad.
We
Whatever
don't have
happens,
time.
Vermont happens.
We have to get down to the National Mall and just pick up every leaf we can find.
The
Wait.
National who?
The National Mall.
But
Mall?
how are we gonna identify which leaves are? Wait a
It
minute.
doesn't matter. Just get any leaves you can.
Wait.
We're gonna have
Okay.
to weekend at Bernie's.
Okay.
Okay.
We cut this
Dun,
5 minutes later. Yeah, a montage of us gathering leaves.
Okay, I
Oh,
found these.
okay. Does that look like enough?
I think so.
Pile them up. Pile them up.
That was the size of her head, right?
About. Oh, geez. What was that? What was the shape of that birthmark on her neck?
The triangle.
The triangle, of course.
This is never gonna. You went to the mall and found that.
Okay. And put the headphones on her so it looks like she's distracted. It's perfect.
Now
Oh my
make a
God.
kissy face.
Wait, yeah, yeah. do the kissy face, and oh my God! Wait a minute.
Hey guys.
Oh hi, Adriana.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Um, my my mom, the president, she was supposed to come to my ballet recital and she never showed up and no one's been able to tell me where she is.
Adriana, you're still doing ballet. You're a teenager.
Yeah. I've gotten really good. And so they keep me around.
Look, your mother's a bit busy right now with all the things that have been going on in the country. So, why don't you go and practice your steps for another little bit, and we'll send her down when she's done.
Okay. Well, can I have my allowance before I go?
Sure.
Mom, can we please have a dance before I go?
Yep. Here. Yeah. Here we go. I got. Here we go. Oh, look. Oh, she's dancing with you.
What is going on? And why did I just pull a leaf out of her armpit? My mother never dances this well.
And now word from Miss Dante.
I think this is, besides our car scene, our car chase action scene in the limo, I think this is also our first like physical comedy moment that featured the entire cast. It really felt like I was seeing this like Weekend at Bernie's manipulation. This was really beautiful. And also finding out what the president looks like in this world. There's a blonde bob, headphones, glasses. Really, really beautiful. Let's check in with our actors. We're heading into Act 3 of Red, White, and Goo. We'll start with Devin. Devin, we learned your actor's secret, the backstory of your character. Is there anything else that you've learned about your characters moving through this, or anything that's changed for you that we need to know as we like spring out of this episode?
Ooh, good question. Well, I feel we did learn that one of the reporters at the news station is, in fact, working with the rest of, I guess, lame street media, is being this leaf blower guy. So that's a fun development. I would like to see everybody that, if possible, we have kind of a handful of characters, but not so many that they couldn't all come back. I would love to see and learn what we don't know about some of the other characters that are still out there. Like bring the news people in, have in some way.
Yeah. Age, same question. Anything that you've learned about your character so far that you'd like to share with us, or anything that changed from your initial thoughts?
I mean, apparently I'm a mother. So that's a fun little thing to explore. Yeah, I would just like to see that relationship a little bit more.
Awesome. Jake, same question. Anything that you've learned about your character so far that you'd like to share with us, or anything that's changed for you?
I think my character feels increasingly desperate and like they're losing control, and I feel like that's a great recipe for turning turncoat on the president. I feel like we're due for a betrayal here.
Absolutely. Let's check in with our writers. Erin, are there any like loose ends or plot points that you'd like us to like zero in on in Act 3?
Yes, I mean I agree with Jake about his character having the strongest motivation of wanting to take the president down. Because he's also been like a through line with everything wrong that's like been going on. So I would like to see the wrap up, because I guess we kind of wrapped up the leaf blower being one of the newscasters, but I don't know. I still feel like the wind is a character that needs to be addressed as well.
Absolutely.
And the president, of course, needs to be human again or alive. So
yeah, we have to in our pilot, we've got to reform the president, I think, by the end. Andy, same question. Any plot points that we need to really like hammer home in our final act, or even seeds that you'd like to plant for future episodes?
Yeah, I don't want to blow the whole thing up, but not to be a leaf blower, but
Hey,
you know, we've seen so many great characters. It's only the pilot. I love that we're seeing that the news really does secretly run the nation. We're seeing the politics. You know, when you watch Marvel movies and they blow the whole city up and you wonder, like, what's the perspective of just like living in this world? Just tell me what 3 people on a porch drinking some iced tea are thinking. I wouldn't hate that. Or Jake, I've been really honed in on you, and I just like, I agree. You're trying to control a lot of situations, and I want to see where you go, buddy.
Can't wait to see what you do next.
Yeah.
Laura, same initial question. Any third act plot lines that you'd like to see that we need to wrap up, that you'd like to start for the season?
Oh gosh, I would love the president to be reformed in a Pokemon type way, as in perhaps the leaves aren't her final form.
I
And
love
she's even more powerful than anyone thought.
that's brilliant. Eventually, we have a president who controls trees. Laura, follow up. Give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 3.
Ow, that hurts, but it also feels good.
Ow, that
Ouch,
hurt.
that hurts, but it also feels good.
Amazing. And we did hear those other 2 lines. I'd like to thank the actors for coming through on that. We've got a pilot episode to finish. We've got a secret line of dialogue. We've got characters and plot lines. We've got a lot in front of us, but I think we can do it. Em, are you ready for the last act of Red, White, and Goo?
I cannot wait. Let's go.
Andre, wake up. Andre, what are you doing out here? You're supposed to pick up the president like an hour ago.
What? Oh, I'm so sorry. I took half an Ambien because somebody told me it'd give me high, and it just worked the way an Ambien works, and I fell asleep right out here. Is the press conference over?
Yeah, the press conference is over. We've lost 3 more states while you were asleep.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
You know, wait a minute. Help me pop the hood of my car. Sometimes my engine sucks up leaves as I'm driving around, and I feel like I got a clog.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's open the trunk here.
A gust of wind.
Yeah.
A gust of wind sweeps out.
Oh my God.
3,999,907 leaves.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my God, they're all forming back together.
hello, staff.
President, you're back. But your
What I miss?
right ear is missing.
What?
But your right ear is missing.
What?
Never mind.
We spin her around. Your right ear is missing.
Oh, well, that's
Madam
a shame.
Madam President, we got to get you to the White House yesterday.
What's going on?
We'll fill you in on the way.
Yeah.
God bless the USA.
Whoa.
Careful now, I might fall apart again.
We're receiving reports that the president has been seen once again. We believe her to be back from her mysterious hiatus for the past week as the nation has been falling into more and more chaos. The limos are pulling up right now. We'll go to her as she gets out to address the nation for the first time.
Good evening, the citizens of the USA. I hope you're all having a nice autumn. I hope you're all having a beautiful autumn evening.
Gusts swirl from behind her, blowing forward into the audience.
It hurts, but it also feels good.
Exactly, my constituent. In the past week, excuse me while I levitate.
She's flying.
In the past week, I've had some time to reflect. And I believe that I have not been the president that you all have needed or deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kinda suck.
No need to pile on. But now that I have come back in my fullest and strongest form as a floating tree, I want you all to be assured that I will find every missing state of the United States of America, and that all of you will receive $1 million each.
Leaf blower, she's getting stronger by the second. Now's our last chance.
Not if Leaf Blower Man has anything to say.
No!
It's not working. She's rooting down.
Her wind is stronger than mine. It hurts, but it also feels good.
They're so loud. Oh my God, the president is dancing.
She's doing ballet.
Where did she learn that?
From her daughter.
My daughter.
We see her daughter on the top of the White House.
Don't jump!
Oh no, she's jumping.
Daughter, I'm right here. Don't jump. I'll be at your recital tonight, I promise.
Daughter leaps into the president's branches.
At the last moment, I step back. Oh no, the daughter is split into twins now somehow. They're doing the dance version of a duet.
My babies.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Oh.
Andre, I need to ask something of you.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
Born ready, Madam President. Anything for you. Anything for you, Madam President.
I need you to take this presidential baton. And because my parents live in Vermont and they're gone now. And so I can't possibly move forward being president with that on my shoulders.
Gotcha. Grabs it, runs over to the limo, tears the roof of the limo off, drives it with his foot. Zzz. Proud to be a Goomerican. Where at least
That's
I know I'm
president.
goo.
That's my president now.
Man, if only I knew how the Chiefs were doing.
And roll credits.
No.
That's our show.
What a bunch of weirdos.
The
that was
Chiefs
really
won
something.
the World Series ball.
That was really, really spectacular. That was really something. Age, when you announced that you had come back as a tree, it was really, it gave me just a mental image of you that was really
Oh.
beautiful.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. Then that's what art is, you know?
This was a really beautiful show. I see no reason this wouldn't run 10 seasons. I want to check in with our actors first. We'll start with Age. Now we know that the source of this, the origin of this show was two existing shows, but does the result remind you of anything else? Or is there a show that you would maybe pair it with on a schedule?
Does it remind me of anything else, or something I would pair it with?
Yeah.
It reminds me of, Devin, what was that show we got into for like one season? With witches, kind of. Wheel of Time? Wheel of Time?
Wheel of Time. I was gonna say the Charmed remake. Wheel of Time.
It's kind of Wheel of Time, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I think like Wheel of Time meets 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Devin, same question, unless this is like the real answer. Does this remind you of anything else, or where would you put this with on a schedule?
The absurdity does remind me of 30 Rock and kind of, or maybe Good Place, like one of those things where insane things can happen, but people just keep going as though it's not that insane. And what would I pair it with? Six.
I love that. Jake, same question. Any shows this reminded you of?
I get very CW vibes from this whole thing. It feels very like Monster of the Week. You know, we sort of dealt with Leaf Blower Man week 1, but what other sorts of bad guys are going to pop up that specifically antagonize a pile of leaves and or foliage in general?
Yeah, we've got somebody with rakes, somebody
Right.
with
Maybe like a small rabbit or something who takes a little nibble.
Little nipple.
Let's check in with our writers. Erin, what happens in episode 2 of Red, White, and Goo?
In episode 2, I believe that we just like move on. It's one of those sitcoms where whatever happened in the last episode means nothing when it comes to the next episode. So yeah, even though the president passed the baton, she's now back to being the president. This is maybe a day where you learn more about her dancing with her daughter in ballet. Maybe her daughter becomes leaves as she goes through puberty or something, and yeah. Meanwhile, somebody new is trying to take down the president.
I love that model of just sort of resetting, like almost like a crime procedural, where every episode
Yes.
we're just back to baseline. Laura, assuming this gets picked up, it's a full season, it's the 90s, so we're doing like 22 to 30 episodes. What happens in our season finale of Red, White, and Goo?
Oh, I would love to see what Thanksgiving looks like around this table, where maybe we see, extended family who also turn into random natural objects. Yeah.
People controlling pine cones and pumpkins and cornucopia and things like that.
And what would you serve to a pile of leaves?
Exactly.
Yes. Ooh.
We're asking the big questions on this show.
It's a centerpiece of mulch.
Yeah. Andy, assuming this show runs forever, why wouldn't it? Where are we in season 10?
Well, yeah, the executives of CBS are super thrilled. It's so hard in 2024 to make a political show that ties the nation together. But we've done it. And kudos to all of us for that. I think by season 10, a term presidency is only so long. So I think we're seeing a new president, but perhaps the same advisor.
I like
new
that it could be like a
supernatural
Doctor Who situation. New president.
Another family member. This president turns into gravel.
Yeah, I mean, 10 seasons. If this is like Doctor Who, we're just talking decades. This show just never.
Of course.
I think we can all agree we really created something special here tonight, but it is not quite complete because I believe that a good sitcom has a theme song.
Mhm.
And so tonight, as we're saying goodbye to our chat, we're saying goodbye to season 2. We'll be back in the fall with season 3. Let's hear the theme song. If our actors don't mind indulging us, let's hear the theme song to Red, White, and Goo. Everyone, feel free to do your best opening credits poses in your frames. Em, thank you so much. Great work tonight, as always. Everybody, like and subscribe and follow the Trident Network everywhere you see it. Have a great night. This is the theme song to Red, White, and Goo.
I'm proud to be a Goomerican, where at least I know I'm
Goo.
Get
Goot.
Guy who made me into leaves. I'll probably crumble to the ground.
And then I'll become a tree. And I won't forget my daughter when.
Daughter, when.
dances away in the breeze.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.